Let's design a pair of strides together. For this, we first load the measurement, the 3D scan that you took of your foot. Here you can see it. We always have to remember it's an unloaded situation, so during the load it will stretch a bit. That's why we ask your exact shoe size. First we will cut all the elements we don't need for the insole. That's how it looks. Then we will select a template, outline shape for the orthotics. So in this case, we're going to go with a slim insole for fine shoes. We will align the 3D scan with the outline shape of the later insole. Since it's for a fine shoe, we want to cut the forefoot element. Sometimes we leave the toes in, but in this case, there's not enough space for toe elements. So we will cut the forefoot and make sure there's a nice transition here, nice smooth like this. And what you already see is the arch is very, very high. As I said before, it is due to the unloaded situation of the foot when we take the 3D scan, so we can see exactly the arch can build pretty high. So there's muscle activity still working, very good. But to make an insole like that would be too strong of a support. So we need to scale that down. First, we will smooth it a bit so it looks like this. Then we want to make sure that there's enough space for the tendon of the flexor hallucis. That's the muscle that pushes down the big toe. It goes in this area through this little gap, and if there's too much pressure, it will cause issues. So give that tendon enough space by just lowering the area. Take a look in the front, and that looks good. Then we will rotate, look at the rear foot, and we can already see, also due to the unloaded situation, the heel is slightly pronated during the scan, so we will fix that first. For this, we will add a heel wedge this area, and take a look here on the right screen. You will see how we correct it. That looks good. Then we need to take care about the heel. Due to the unloaded situation, it's very narrow. When we stand on the heel, the foot spreads, the soft tissue expands a bit, and we need to give it room. Otherwise it will cause bursitis, for instance, so issues with the soft tissue. We will increase the width of the heel like this, and now we will press it into shape, so to make sure that the 3D scan matches the outline of the orthotic. So that's the first result that we get. As I said, medial arch is very high, so now we're gonna go and scale it down a bit. Let's take a look on the right screen here, and we scale it down to around 80%. And now is where the magic happens. Now we're gonna merge the 3D scan, the prepared 3D scan, with an insole, with a functional insole that is selected out of a database of 6,000 different models based on your pains and the use case. So in this case, we're gonna get the insole that's called Bulba. It's not too important what it means. Let's compare on the right screen here. Everything colored is the orthotic, the template of the orthotic, and everything that is gray is the 3D scan. So let's merge them to a certain percentage. Make sure they're well aligned. It's good. For accommodative insoles or bedding insoles, we go higher with the percentage of the 3D scan. For functional insoles, we go higher with the percentage of the insole. So if we remember, in an unloaded situation, the heel was built very high, or the arch was built very high, so it's still flexible, it's correctable. We go with a higher percentage of the orthotics. Now we merge it and get this result. Now it asks if the AI can take over to do some elements, to execute some corrective modules. We say yes, so it adds a toe bar. It will add a heel cup. Now we're going to take a look at the video, how the person is walking. So what we can see, for you it's a bit hard to see because it's a small screen, but there's no overpronation. The arch sets during load, so it's good that we scaled it down a bit. Push off over the big toe, which is great, and also rotation. There's nothing special. We can see a bit of a varus knee, but all the rest looks pretty stable, functional, very good. So for the varus, we will add a little wedge. For the varus knees, we will add a little lateral wedge to stabilize it and give it a so-called valgus moment, corrective moment. And last but not least, again, we will smooth it out, the whole insole, press it again into shape, and then we're done. This can go to the printer now and then be sent to you.